Even the main menu for this game gives you chills. Just how good was Call of Duty World at War? It comes from a time before COD had a fetish for jetpacks, laser weapons and dabbing. When COD was boots on the ground and not for the faint-hearted. I mean, you can fucking take someone's legs off with a double-barrel shotgun in this game, which is incredibly fun to do, and no, I'm not a psychopath, I just really enjoy turning people's limbs into human mince. Shotguns aren't the only thing that will rearrange your limbs. Bouncing Betties will get that job done pretty well too. Obviously with no exosuits there was a lot of old school sniping going on, which meant people needed protection, and Betty was always there to watch your back, and unfortunately she was also watching your enemies' backs too. As soon as you hear that sound, you know you're fucked. Betty served a purpose though, as it meant you could actually act like a real life World War II sniper. You could go with the classic Springfield with a scope and do some damage with that, or if you're feeling especially bold, you could have a bayonet instead in case anyone wants to start shit up close to you. Taking people out with just the iron sights made you feel like a proper marksman too. World at War was just so exciting to play. Even the guy saying, "Enemy recon play!" made you start taking cover in your own house. The American guy telling you how much ass you kicked was also a nice touch. And getting 7 kills earned you the right to unleash the dogs! And unleash them they did. Calling in man's best friend to munch on your enemy's balls. Hearing the squeal when the enemy killed your dogs though would trigger any dog owner, pretty much making you angry enough to go get 7 more kills in a row. But when it's flipped on you and suddenly Big Fido here is having your flesh for dinner, that dog can get to fuck. Sometimes though you just want to take things easy, slow things down, and World at War had just the thing for that. Tanks! Tanks in Call of Duty, and you can even pick perks for your tank. How great is that? Cruising about at 2 miles an hour in a tank killing people whilst their pathetic bullets and grenades just bounce off you. It's actually quite sad and kinda makes you want to give them a break. Oh sorry, did I say give them a break? I meant blow them up to fuck even more. After you've been in the tank though and get a hard on for big guns, World at War had a great selection of LMGs to choose from. Me and my mates used to call this one the plate gun, cause fucking look at it! You could eat your dinner off that thing. As good as the plate gun was though, it wasn't quite as powerful as the other LMGs that could cut a person in half. Not like the MG42 or the Browning. Throwing that much bullets down range, chances are you're going to hit someone and remove a limb or two. You throw enough shit at a wall and some is going to stick. That sort of thing. I'll tell you another gun which did some damage. The MP40 with dual magazines. Every COD has that one outrageous weapon and World at War is no exception. That gun was the bane of people's lives in 2008. Add a little hint of Juggernaut and Second Chance in there and you have created a cocktail of demise. If fucking Hitler himself had seen gameplay of the MP40 in World at War he'd think, nah, that's too overpowered, that thing needs patched. Your reward for reaching the max level of 65 in World at War was a perk which was a shit ton of fun to use. The M2 flamethrower. No pyro, no party. If blowing up people's body parts wasn't enough to give you PTSD, this game also let you burn players to death with a fucking flamethrower. It did actually take some skill to use, although when in doubt you could always just spray it side to side like a madman and see what happens. Often while using the flamethrower I found that it made other people want to use it too. Fight fire with fire. Although it turns out that the actual outcome of fighting fire with fire is death for both you and the enemy. Fire kinda always wins.